There's nothing like a manga version of characters we already know and love. Spider-Man of 2301, a being with less than 30 appearances, low amount of showings, let's get it. Similarities, but a lot of differences. The one main thing that's similar is his name, Peter Parker. Like, this version went full-blown anime manga style type stuff. Like, in this universe, Peter Parker, Uncle Ben was literally his sensei that was killed by Venom. You see where this is going. Uncle Ben dies from Venom. That just so happens to be his sensei. Even stated here, sensei, don't leave me. Then that's when it was revealed he has power hidden within him. And the classic statement, with great power comes great responsibility. You see where this revenge story is going. All because he was late to practice for his Spider Clan in the dojo. His Uncle Ben had to die, didn't it? See, in this universe, he was a part of a ninja clan known as the Spider Clan. Since he had power within him, he actually continued his training. Like, you see him actually training out of rage. Aunt May wanted him to stop training. He said, nah, I'll train in secret. And that's the excuse they gave him to having a mask on, being Spider-Man. I'll train in secret. I will find him to get revenge. When we're talking about his gear and his differences, he seems to not be afraid of using actual blades, like on some ninja type stuff. He uses like these cords that kind of remind me of yo-yos, kind of, sort of. Look like spider-like with blades, you know. Used to swing through the city. One could say this is his gimmick for web, tangling up beings with such things, disarming beings of their blades or swords. Somehow has these giant blades. This universe's version of Hulk is like Godzilla, and he can shoot out some ninja web that's black to kind of annoy Hulk in his eyes for a little second or two. It's a common spider theme. Of course, Spider-Man has a form of sixth sense. One could say spider sense. One could say this could help his fighting speed. You already know the deal. Yep, it's even stated he got spider sense. He can warn of something that's about to happen before it even happens. One could say his ninja training, and one can argue just because he's Spider-Man, he has resistance to mind control type stuff, because most Spider-Men have crazy will, indomitable will. And you know how in fiction, willpower is like the ultimate counter to mind control. But yeah, in this universe, their explanation is because of the ninja training he has. Mind control ring. Thanks to his ninja training, he can fight off Ring's effects. This Spider-Man also got in possession of this like amulet, something that would actually increase his crazy capabilities to a whole nother level. That makes him stronger than he normally would be. You know, power-ups like this can't come for free, and it also has to have a price. The darkness that the amulet was giving off has taken the darkness to his own life essence. He can't take it off or he will die himself, so it is a price, apparently. But he ended up losing his amulet, of course, and when it comes to the price, it needed a life to satisfy the amulet. Venom ended up giving his life to satisfy the price of the amulet. But here's the thing, his life was never really in danger, really. Basically, thanks to him not giving over to the darkness, it allowed him to survive. Even when the amulet got ripped off and somebody else can satisfy the price of absorbing the life force of someone without Peter dying, returning Peter back to normal. You get the idea. But here's the thing, even though he lost his power technically, there's some perks he got after this event. Like, even after losing the amulet, he still gains the ability to like pretty much create his own web out of his own wrist. But I'll get back to this later. Think of the amulet power-up as this universe's version excuse of giving him the black suit. You see what I mean? Base form black suit. Can shoot organic web like this out of his wrist when he's in his black suit. So that's one of the perks of the amulet. But he later just naturally gets this as like a normal old ability without the black suit or the amulet. You know what I mean? But how strong is this Spider-Man? Red suit first. It's little small stuff like this that's definitely believable. Him jumping between roofs. Obviously, when you're a Spider character, holding up the weight of grown folk is light work to his strength. He can lift up grown women that are bigger than him with one arm. Light work stuff for Spider tears. He's massively stronger than your average human, because even if he's like, yeah, overwhelmingly outnumbered, I'm talking about dog pile, he can bust out of all this with his super strength. This angle makes it look like a lot more. I mean, he's more than likely stronger than all these people combined. You know what I mean? He's a Spider-Man character. It's just obvious of the strength gap. I mean, how would you explain occasions like this when you see him jumping like this and people are just kind of flying past, like he's just too strong for him? And he's not afraid of getting a little bloody, cutting off arms and legs with his strikes, with giant blades. His body can withstand a lot. We see him kick through a wall of flame here, it appears. He's got pain tolerance to be cut. It's natural that since this is a Ninja Clan type comic book, manga, it's natural that he's got to go against a lot of piercing type weaponry, like kunai. Some of this stuff is overkill, like a Godzilla-sized Hulk, man. Like, yo, he got to deal with this kind of madness. He's got to endure attacks from superpowered beings that are strong too, like Goblin. Like, you can get an idea how strong he is by how much his body can withstand. Like, he gets hit, cracking the ground here, And even into stuff like this, and his body breaks it, this can kind of give you an idea of how strong he is or how hard he can punch by how resilient his body is. I think if there was a situation, if he had to punch these pillars down, he probably could. This would be the Spider-Man-like thing to do. Part of the reason why one can say he can punch hard is his strength and his speed, getting out of the way of this energy blast. Having to consistently fight, react to ninjas. There's really no way to tell how fast these beams are, but hey, he's weaving through it like nothing. Blast from torch, he can react and dodge. Thanks to Spider Sense, one can say he can weave through a whole bunch of pumpkin bombs at the same time by technically knowing where they're going to explode. Like you see the agility. And since he's in the Ninja Clan, of course he can use a blade. We see him using a blade, clashing with Silver Samurai. They seem to have a fast exchange when it comes to fighting speed and strength. He's strong enough and fast enough to react to beings on his level, like Venom, drop kick to the face too. We've seen him disarm beings. Disarming beings with his literal hand blades. So I brought this up earlier, but now I'm about to get to it. So most of the stuff I've showed you was him in his red suit. I'm about to show you this universe's version of Black Suit Spidey when he had this amulet that buffed him up. Let's get it. Let's go back to his strength, shall we? When he got this amulet, aka this manga version of the black suit, activating the amulet, it was all these beings on him and they just get blasted off of him. Like you see this 1, 2, 3, like they all get blasted off after becoming black suited, you know? When it comes to his brute strength, using his web thanks to this amulet and this version of the black suit, he's strong enough to pretty much pull walls apart. You can get an idea of his strength here. Like you see this train and you see him actually getting ready to pull all of this wall down, and this train got knocked over because of the stuff he pulled. So yeah, he's strong enough to pull down huge, thick concrete walls with his super strength, with enough force to knock over a train with the debris that he pulled. Like he literally pulled the debris, and the debris caused this junk to fall over with his strength. Yeah, that's a lot of force. I mean, imagine how hard he can strike. Well, you don't have to wonder. His slice can slice through these swords with one swipe with his enhanced strength. Certain beings he can one-shot beat, even if he's outnumbered. This bad, kicking beings, sending them flying. We've literally seen the punching power for him to punch through thick walls. So we know as a bare minimum he can do this to a wall. Honestly, with his punching power, he probably could do this without the amulet though, guys. Let's be real. His pain tolerance seems to be even better because there was like these huge scythes that was like you literally stabbed in him and he had to just pull it out. And it's the standard quick stuff he can still do with the amulet. Person's in the way about to get hit by the truck. He's fast enough and strong enough to easily lift up these type of characters and move them out the way. Somebody explained to me what this is, but when he had this amulet or whatever, he was able to blast with green energy and blasted beings off of him. Okay. Shang Tsung. Oh, no, he's not. I'm just, all that green aura reminded me of Shang Tsung. But anyway, he didn't keep this. I personally don't think he needs it, but yeah, he doesn't have that many showings when it comes to strength level. It's hard to say where he is, but he has to be at least in them super soldier tiers as a bare minimum. He just lacks showings. I think he has less than 40 appearances, guys. So yeah, it's not really much to go off of. Hope you guys enjoyed though. But before I get going, respect 2301 Spidey, Mangaverse Spidey. Respect him. Peter Parker, Ninja Spider-Man, Ninja Clan. Uncle Ben was his sensei. Respect him. I'm glad you are enjoying your time on the channel. Make sure you check out the playlist on the channel to see other How Strong videos. If you like what this channel is offering, make sure you hit that subscribe button, and I will see you guys later.